Next, we'll continue with the Marauder MAD-5L. This one's a little bit more difficult since it has a lot more ball joints on here, and also the max component is dependent on the weight of a single leg. So let's get started. Okay, so here we have our Marauder MAD-5L. We have a whole bunch of little pieces here. We have both feet, we have legs, the hip joint, the main body, a side laser. We have the arms, and we have the weapons on either side, and a little underslung laser on both the weapons. So first off, since we're going to be putting this together, this is the most key piece here. So we want to set it up first, and just do the leg to the feet here. We're going to put the leg at a 45-degree angle and just set it in there. Okay, we'll wait for that to set up. Now with the hip joint here, there's actually, you can go either way, but the correct way is these two things go in front, and then this one with the arched back goes towards the back on here. So first video I actually did on this one, I actually installed and put it in and realized 13 minutes into the video I installed it backwards. So in which case we are going to put the glue in here. Again, since this is going to be the only thing that makes the mech stand up, we're going to put glue all over this thing and then stick it on. And when you're setting this up, make sure it's actually pointing slightly downward as well. It's because the Marauder on that traditional side has that has the main body looking downward. So you can stand it straight if you want. With this one's automatically going to be in a running pose anyway, since we have the flat base here, and then we have the spare one here, and then this one is actually won't sit flat on the base. So while this is setting up, we'll set this we'll set this aside, wait for it to glue, and we've got a number of other things we can do in the meantime. First off will be the laser cannon. You'll notice that this is actually has a little triangle at the end of it with a little insert, and on here has a little insert right here. We'll be taking some glue in there. And just putting it on like so. Set that aside. We'll also get the foot on here. Just put this on, and the foot on there will actually the leg will actually be pointed downwards. Okay, we'll wait for that to set up. Alright, next up, we'll be a little bit more careful on this one. We have the lasers on the underslung sections here. You'll note that this actually does have a very, very small ball joint on here, and this is actually curved in here. So, since this is such a small joint, we'll actually take the super glue and attach it on here, since this is such a small part. Okay. And then we'll get the other one. Okay. We'll wait for those to set up. Now we'll attach the arms to the cannons here. So you can actually see that this is rounded for each side, so it actually doesn't. But this has a ball joint to attach to the main body. So these actually also can be posed, but they go on flat. Okay. Get that one to set up. And then this one actually, as you can see, actually goes at a 90-degree angle. So you just set that up to there. Okay. Now we have these pieces, and while we're waiting, we'll actually go back to the leg on here and attach the leg. The arm of the leg will actually extend out at a 90-degree angle, so it'll be perpendicular to the base here. Okay. And then we'll attach the main body. Just stick it right in the hole. And again, this is the reason why this one would definitely need a metal hex base, because it's definitely not. While it's standing straight, it's often very, very back heavy. I'll try to adjust this leg also, because it's not straight. Okay. Alright, next step, we'll attach the arms. Again, these are ball joints, so they'll fit in their fair, so that these can be posed. So you'll want it so the arm cannon is extended outward. And then we'll put the other arm on. Okay, so in the last step, we just have to put the foot under the hex base. So, ooh, did that move? Yeah, that moved. So in which case, if you take a look at the bottom here, it's slightly raised in. So we want to just take glue and just put it all on the inside of the base here to make sure we get it placed in correctly. And just place it on, make sure it's facing forward. And there we have it. We have our completed Marauder MAD-5L. So one thing to note also, you probably are going to get this wrong and probably get it lopsided a few times. Just be sure that the foot here is actually the left leg to the hip joint is positioned correctly. So now this is all set for painting and priming. Let's go to the recap. Alright, so there you have our first double episode of both Marauders, the 2C2 and the MAD-5L. If you like this episode, go ahead and like. If you want to see more and get notified of more, go ahead and click the subscribe button. If you have any comments or suggestions or want to see a specific mech, go ahead and leave a comment in the comment section. Thanks, and be sure to check out the other videos I have on here. I'll have a playlist in the video description. Thank you. I'll see you next time.